Where are my science fiction lovers tonight? Oh, we've got a few of them. Any Star Trek fans? All right. How about Rod Serling?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine a room full of people speaking. One of the things that has always captured my imagination when it comes to science fiction is the idea of time travel. Have you ever thought about that very much? The ability to go back in time, to actually see things. Now, there's a lot of different aspects, a lot of things to think about when you're traveling back in time. There's like, well, do I just is it kind of like watching TV? I get to watch, but I don't get to interact. I don't get to do anything that's going to change something. It's not like that program where I've got to go back in time because I got to stop this from happening, because if that doesn't happen, Hitler's going to be born. So there's a lot of different things to think about. But it is something that I have thought about a lot, and I have come to the conclusion that at least to some extent, maybe time travel is not such a far-fetched idea. And to add on to some things that were already talked about by another speaker this evening about the idea of communication, I think about the idea of being able to go back and hear the things of the past. To be able to walk back in time and not just to see the things that are going on, but to really absorb and to find out, well, why did this happen? What was in these people's head when they decided to do this? When they went to war, when they got married, when they had children. What is it that motivated Captain Von Trapp to leave his home, take his entire family on a train trip to Italy to get away from the Nazis? What is it that would motivate someone to decide, you know what, it would be worth it to go to war to make this change in society? What is it that would make somebody do something horrific, like shoot a president? What are the things that go on in people's head? And I think that the best way that we have today to be able to travel back in time is through a tool that we've used for years and years, and that's the simple act of reading. You know, we live in a society today where we can not only pick up a physical book and read it, but even if we're not able to do that, let's say we're a blind person, we've got books that we can skim our fingers over and read and begin to absorb that information. We can listen to audiobooks, for goodness sakes. Some of the best books in history are all in the public domain, and there are apps out there you can download on your phone and get these works for free, read to you. So, for instance, I've been able to listen to things like the memoirs of Ulysses S. Grant. And I'll tell you this, that experience, because what I used to do is I'd put my app on, put my earbuds in, and I would go take a walk. And you know, it was such an impact on me. It was as if I were actually taking a walk with the general, with President Grant, and listening to his words, and beginning to understand, because see, this was not words about Grant. This was not words that some opinion that somebody had about, well, here's what we think Grant thought. What I loved the best was that it was not framed in our modern culture. It was his words. So I could listen to him speak. What did he have to say? What was going on in his head? So I guess my message tonight is simply this. Let's preserve that whole culture of reading, of listening, of understanding. Let's take a trip back in time and hear the words of the past. Whether it's the memoirs of Grant or Lincoln or Abraham or Job. Let's listen to those words. Travel back in time to create a better future. I'm Rick Allen. Thank you.